I walked past my teacher's desk. And I saw a picture that someone had drawn of me. And it was a circle, and it had scribbles all over it, and it said Scarface. And that was when I adopted my label as the ugly Scarface girl. You see, I was 2 years old, and we lived on a farm. And my cousins were throwing shingles on the fire. And my mom had a decision to make, and she was only 21 at the time. And she was pregnant for the third time, and she had given up her first baby for adoption at 16. Then got pregnant with me at 19, and then now pregnant a third time. And so she decided to let me go outside. And all of a sudden, my cousins were screaming. And she could hear the screaming and the crying, and she opened up the door to find me in flames. Because I had walked past the burning barrel, and a spark came out and landed on my dress. And I am covered in scars. To 75% of my body. And my scars completely cover my chest, my back, my arm, my face, a little bit on my legs, and I've got a bald spot. And this is the way I've lived since I was 2 years old. I never thought I'd ever be beautiful. I'd look in the mirror and I would say, yuck. Who's gonna love that? Who's gonna love somebody with an ugly body like me? And I did end up getting married. Yeah, I did. I did find a man that wanted to marry me. And then I decided I wanted to get pregnant and have a baby. And I thought, oh my God, I hope it's a girl. Maybe then I will know what I would look like without scars. Would I be beautiful? And I was so excited to have a baby girl. Yes! Egg, sperm, baby. Cool, right? Like I thought, oh my God, this is so incredible. I actually can have a baby. I know, I can see you laughing about that. And then I got pregnant for a second time. And this time, not so happy. And I was 5 months pregnant, and I looked down on my belly, and I said, it's okay if you don't make it, because he doesn't want you. You see, my husband didn't want a second baby. And so 2 months later, I'm actually holding my little baby. And I'm saying, cry. Please cry. You've got to be alive. And she's not crying. She really did die. And I was, of course, devastated because I thought it was my fault. Us as moms, we believe it's our fault no matter what happens, right? And she was inside of me, so it had to be my fault. So I was devastated, so was my ex. But I think he was kind of secretly relieved because he didn't really want another baby. But then I got pregnant a third time. And this time I go to my grandma and I said, Nana, guess what? I'm pregnant with twins. And she goes, twins? Oh, dearie, how did that happen? And I almost said, well, Nana, you had 4 boys, so you should kind of know. And I said, well, Nana, you know how it is. You do it 2 times in a row really, really fast, and you end up with twins. Yeah, it worked. I know, right? And so, anyways, this speech was just going to be random things. It really is. So, I did end up, getting a divorce, and I did end up, doing all these incredible things that you say. But today was kind of a very special day for me. You see, remember I was telling you my mom gave up her baby for adoption? when she was 16. Okay, so when I was 18, that was when I actually found out that my mom had a baby and that I had a half-sister. And because she actually came into our lives and she wanted to know who her mom was. And so I was shocked. I'm like, really? My mom really did have a baby? She really did give her up for adoption? And I was shocked, right? And so at that time, my half-sister, she actually already had 3 kids by then. So what was super cool is that my niece found me. About 4 or 5 months ago, she contacted me on Facebook and she said, I think I want to know you, but I don't want to know your sister. And I was like, okay, I get it. Well, to be honest with you, I haven't talked to my half-sister in probably at least 25 years, at least. I said, but I'm happy to know you. I would love to get together with you. And so we started talking, and it's been incredible knowing that I have this niece. And so today, the reason that we're special is because she decided she wants to be a speaker. And so I go to her salon. And she also wants to be an author, so she wrote her book. And I read her story. And when I was reading her story, I was absolutely appalled. Appalled at the stuff my half-sister did to her. My half-sister decided it would be really cool if her daughter had white eyelashes. And so she took white out and was putting white out on her eyelashes. I'm like, who does that? Right? And then she was telling me a story about how she moved in with her mom. And one day, her mom and stepdad decided that they were going to beat her. And they took the baseboard off the wall and they gave her at least 60 lashes on her back. And after he finished it, he said to her, okay, now get up and go hug one of us. And she went to go hug my half-sister, and my half-sister laughed in her face. Wow. And I was like, who does this? Right? And so she's, in her book, she's telling me all these stories. And I'm just like appalled, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so anyway, so today, I'm at her salon, and I'm coaching her to be a speaker, and one of my other clients, she joined us. So we're talking about what it's like to be a speaker and an author, and I'm coaching them. And my niece says to me, Auntie, go to the chair right now. We're touching up your hair. And I'm like, what? And she goes, I can't coach you guys if I'm in a chair and you're like highlighting my hair and cutting it and blow dry. She goes, you'd be amazed at what I can do. And I'm like, okay, fine. You're just a little bossy. And she's like, so what? I don't care. Get in my chair. And I'm like, okay, but I've never coached people in a hair salon chair. And she goes, you can do it. Okay, so I go and I sit in the chair, and you know, and the other girl I'm coaching, she's sitting in the other chair, and I'm like, this is like the weirdest thing. Like, we should be FaceTiming this, or you know, do a Facebook Live about this, because this is like crazy stuff. And I didn't. But anyways, we're talking, and I'm telling my client, I said, yeah, you know, like, I introduced her to my daughter, and so my niece goes, Auntie, I thought you were trying to pass off your daughter on me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I want you and two to like bond, and I want you cousins to know each other. And it was crazy how much alike my daughter is with her. And they're both like that strong-willed, no bullshit kind of attitude. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I in for? So anyways, we're talking, and I'm telling my client the story that, you know, my mom abandoned her daughter. Her daughter abandoned her 3 kids, you know, my niece that I just met. And my niece goes, hold it. It was good that she abandoned us. Good? She goes, yes, it was a good thing that she abandoned us. And I'm like, you know, like my dad fought. Like when she wanted to leave us, my dad fought for us because there was no way that he wanted us 3 girls to be with her as a mom. She was a horrible mom. She didn't want to be a mom. And I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. A lot of times we see abandonment as a bad thing. We see divorce as a bad thing. We see death as a bad thing. We see all these things as bad and horrible. And maybe they can be a good thing. You see, I see my baby's death as a gift. I never would have had those twin boys. We would have stopped the 2 little girls. I see my divorce as a gift. My ex has this amazing woman that loves him to death and cares for him and, you know, babies him. She babies him. I'm like, suck it up. And she's like, oh, it's okay. And I'm like, no, suck it up. Like, be a man. And she's like, no, it's okay. You can do that and go just have your little surgeries and I'll take care of you. And I was like, oh, please, right? And I know, I've got a weird sense of humor, I think. But he's got this beautiful wife that looks after him in ways I never could. I got this incredible career. I got this incredible relationship with my 3 kids. I've done these amazing things, and I wouldn't have done that if I was still married. I wouldn't. Because I would have been doing everything for him. I wouldn't have put myself first. I wouldn't have followed my dreams or followed my passion. And you know, I want to share this with you because so many times people stay in toxic marriages, they stay in dead-end jobs, and they think that that's all there is for them. And we all know that the world is full of possibilities. We're not meant to struggle. We weren't put on this earth to struggle the way we are. We were put on this earth to have fun with life, to follow our passion, and do what Sharon's doing, and living our truth, right? And talking about the hard things, like Leslie did. Death is a very extremely hard thing for us to talk about. You know, when I talk about the death of my baby, you know, my family just wants to ignore it, pretend it didn't happen. And me, I just want this little precious girl in my life. Right? And so it's funny because, well, I don't even know if it's funny, but when I think about my niece, and in her book, she kept talking about, I just wanted my mother to love me. She couldn't find that love in her mom. And then I thought, you know what? Maybe she found the love in me. Maybe she didn't need her mom, but maybe she needs her auntie. And it's just so weird for me when I see her sending me a text message or an email and she says, you know, I love you, auntie. You know, and it's just such a beautiful thing seeing that we can bond and we can love each other at any age or at any time in our lives. And I think that that's what love is. It's a beautiful thing. And I think we all have an incredible power. We all have an incredible energy inside of us. And it's up to us to take that energy and take that power and make something of ourselves. And when I look at, you know, the things I've accomplished, and I listen to Sue babble on about that crazy woman, and I think, oh my gosh, that's what value is. A lot of times we look at value and we think we're not as important as that, you know, that woman lawyer that's making $500 an hour, and we think if we're only making $15 an hour or $20 an hour, we're not that valuable. And one of the things my coach taught me is that value is not about how much money you make or don't make. Your value is in all the acts of service and all the impact that we make. And when I look back at WomenTalk and I see the difference that all the WomenTalk directors are making, and I helped Bridget get the Edmonton one started. And when I think about how it started and now all these women are now sharing their stories who never had the courage to do it before, how incredible is that? It's so incredible to see that we're all trying to make a difference. Even being at the WomenTalk convention and seeing all these incredible women that just want to make an impact. And I want to encourage you, tell your story. I know it's hard. It's not easy for me to get up on stage. It might look like it. It's not easy. Because I hear that little voice in my head saying, don't brag. My grandma taught me, don't you dare brag, because if you brag, who are you to think you're all that in a bag of chips? Right? And even like when Bridget Sue, and when Sue says my bio, and I go like this, because I don't want my grandma or anybody else thinking I'm bragging, because I'm not bragging. I'm embracing who I am. And I want every single person here to embrace who you are. And I want to share a couple of last stories, but people ask me, how did you do it? How did you go from the ugly Scarface girl to feeling so beautiful? What is it? And I'll never forget, one day we went to a garage sale, and this lady says to me, they couldn't do better than that. I was like shocked. I'm like, seriously, like, really, do you really know what I've been through? Like, how many things, like surgeries and more, like I figured out I spent about 18 months of my life in the hospital. And I thought, why am I letting a complete stranger take my power away? Hey, I'm never gonna see that woman again. If I do, I might deck her. Thank goodness I forgot what she looks like. But why? And so I remember going in the mirror. And when I used to look in the mirror, I would say, yeah, who's gonna love that? And you know how they say with affirmations, you should say, I am beautiful, I am beautiful, I am beautiful. And if you say it a million times, eventually you'll believe it. Well, I call bullshit on that because I've done it and it doesn't work. Because when I would look in the mirror and say, I am beautiful, my mirror would say, no, you're not. You're covered in scars. And society and the media teaches us we have to be flawless in order to be beautiful. And I thought, you know what? I'm not flawless. I'm never going to be flawless. These scars aren't going away. They're with me forever. And so I looked in the mirror and I said to myself, you know what? I happen to love my big, beautiful green eyes. And my ego didn't say nothing. Because it's true. I believe it. And when you believe something, it's true. And so then I said, okay, I happen to love my cute little nose. Right? They could know my dad. My dad's got this big nose, from skiing and boxing and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, I have a cute little nose. I could have got one like my dad. I've got a cute little nose, right? And I said, that little ego didn't say nothing. And then I looked at my ear. And I thought, I could get a new ear made, but then I'd have a snap-on ear. And then what if I forget to put my snap-on ear on? Right? Then what? Then I look like I have a hole in my head and my brains are gonna fall out. Right? And so I honestly don't know where some of this stuff comes. And so anyways, I thought, I love my cute little ear. Right? It makes me different, it makes me special, it makes me unique. And I looked at myself one more time, I was wearing my favorite jeans, and I turned around and I looked at my butt, and I'm like, I love my hot ass. The next time I went in the mirror, I saw all the things I love about me. The scars faded away, and I wasn't bragging, I was embracing who I am. And so I want to encourage you that no matter what you look like, you are still beautiful. Thank you. I'm Kelly.